Hey guys, it's Jake here with etrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at, I'm going to show you how to install the Curt 4-pole wiring harness on your 2023 Mazda CX-30. In order to use your wiring for this kit, all you have to do is open up the rear hatch, lift up your storage panel, pull your wiring out, and run it down to your trailer. And when you close your rear hatch, you just want to be sure to keep it far enough away from this latch so that it doesn't make contact with it. The weather seal here will protect the wiring and won't cause any damage. But when you get ready to hook up to a trailer, then your wiring's right here. You can connect to the trailer, and it's going to make you safe and legal when traveling down the road. Your 4-pole wiring harness is going to be your most common out on the road. It's going to give you your running lights, brake lights, left turn, and right turn. Now, you not only want wiring to be legal and safe on the road, but you want to be able to let others know when you're towing a trailer to give them the signals of what you're about to do on the road. So if you're about to make a right turn, your vehicle will send a signal through your wiring harness to your trailer to tell others that you're making that turn. Now, something with this kit that you're not going to be able to visualize is that the module that comes with it, which is going to be the little black box that you'll see, it is designed to protect any backfeed from your trailer if you have any issues with wiring or shortages. It's going to protect your vehicle's wiring because you are teed into the lights. That little black box is designed to protect any backfeed from your trailer so that your vehicle's lights are protected. To begin our installation, we need to start by locating the battery and removing the negative terminal. Next, we need to come to the back of our vehicle, open up our rear hatch, expose our spare tire by flipping this cover back. You just want to get it out of your way. And then what we can do is we're going to need to remove this skid plate here, and we just need to pull straight up on it to pop those fasteners loose. May have to move some of this stuff too. There we go. And pull this piece out and get it out of our way. Now with our skid plate removed, we need to loosen this plastic panel. It says in the instructions to use a trim panel tool, but I found that it's soft enough I can get my fingers behind it and then just simply pry out, and that'll give you a little bit more space to work back there. There will be a push pin fastener back here that we need to remove, and one down here. You can use a small flathead screwdriver to pop these push pin fasteners out. And with that same small flathead screwdriver, we're going to take it and loosen this swivel cap on our tie down and use a 10mm socket to remove that bolt. And we can just temporarily pull our tie downs out for reinstallation later. There is going to be one more push pin fastener down here that we're going to have to remove. We're going to repeat all these steps on the other side of the vehicle. To get a little bit extra space, we are going to remove this foam insert so that we can pull our panels back and see a little bit better behind them. Now we can take this panel and remove it completely in order to access another push pin fastener under here, and that will allow us to pull this panel out to access some more. Pull this panel back. You just have to be careful as you pull this out. But there will be one more push pin fastener down there. Now this panel, this plastic panel, you will want to rotate this end up and then slide it over to get it off. There we go. And just set it to the side. And we'll trace back the wire that's coming from the back of our taillight, and you'll see this connector. We need to remove that. Then we'll take the side of our wiring kit that has the yellow wire in it and connect both of those ends. Now we can loosely set the unit and the 4-pole connector over in this little cavity, and we'll run our green wire over to the passenger side. Luckily we do have some factory wiring here that we can zip tie it to later, so that'll look really nice. Make those same connections. And make sure our wiring will stay out of the way of all of our panels. Your kit is going to come with a self-tapper, and we're going to take this and the ground wire, and I'm going to ground it as far back in here as I can. We did try to look for a factory ground, but we couldn't find one, so we'll take this wire we can take our ground wire, route it back, and ground it to a spot on the body of the vehicle that we know there's not going to be anything in harm's way behind it. To get our black control box secured to the body of the vehicle, you will get a double-sided foam pad in your kit. We'll stick it to the back of the box first. If your vehicle is older, you will want to make sure that the area that you're sticking it to is clean. Ours is brand new, so it should stick just fine. Push down. And then we can take our black wire and begin running it to the front of our vehicle. To start that, we need to put a butt connector on it. These will also come in your kit. This connection is going to be right inside this cavity, and we're going to run the black wire down through this grommet. Now we can strip back our black wire and connect it to the black wire coming out of our unit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this wire and I'm going to run it to the battery under the hood of the vehicle, and I'll show you the route we took after we do it. Coming from our grommet hole, we ran it down, zip tied it to our top exhaust bracket, and then ran it up and over, tied it into some existing lines that are already fastened to the frame, then ran it up and over the fuel line, and then along this edge here, we just loosened these fasteners all the way to the front wheel well and just tucked it up inside. You can pull this down ever so slightly, tuck it up inside, and then refasten them all. And then we ran it across here, up, and you can see it right here. Coming through, loosen this panel, and then we dropped an airline tube down through the engine bay, directly behind the battery, and this is where it came out. So it worked out great. We taped it off and pulled it up to the underneath the hood. Now we can go up top and show you how to make that connection. With our black wire run up into our engine bay, we can cut it to length. You just have to decide which way you want to go. I think we're going to end up going this way around our battery. Maybe not. That might be a little close to the engine. We're going to go this way and then connect to our positive terminal right here. So we'll cut this. So we can cut it a little shorter because we do have a fuse connector. Cut the wire, strip it back. Your kit will come with another butt connector. Crimp it down, Then we'll take our fuse holder without our fuse in it. The fuse is going to be the last thing we'll do. We'll cut it in half, strip back both ends. We're going to put a ring terminal on one end, and the other end we will attach to this butt connector. I will take a socket, unscrew this nut, tuck our wires a little bit out of the way before we make this connection, and then connect our positive line. Now, because of the way this plastic is shaped, we may just have to deal with the ring terminal hanging out a little bit. That's okay. There we go. It's just running out the side, and our fuse is right here on top. With all our connections made, we can reinstall our ground, tighten up that nut, and insert our fuse. Now we need to reassemble the back of our vehicle in reverse order from how we took it apart. That's going to do it for a look at an installation of the 4-pole wiring kit from Curt on our 2023 Mazda CX-30.